Hey there, and welcome to a brand new episode of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hasseman, and joining me today, two brand new rock stars. I'm so excited to chat with them. I actually had a good friend reach out to me and tell me that I should have you guys on the show, and then you reached out to get yourself on the show. So it's worked out great. This is Vidro and Menda Wright from Creative Studio Promotions. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Hey,
thank you for having us. We feel very honored to be on the show today. This is exciting.
It is.
Absolutely. So I want to jump right in with a big honor that you guys received. You know, you were awarded with it was the Distributor Entrepreneur of the Year Award from ASI. I think it was in 2021, if I'm not wrong about that. So first of all, what an honor. Congratulations. I mean, that's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm curious, tell me how that kind of came to be and what that sort of award means to you guys.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say, when we got the call from Tim Andrews, we thought, are we in trouble for something? us, you know? And then he made the announcement, and literally we flew out of our chairs, and I think we scared him. I mean, he was like, but shocked. We were shocked and thrilled.
Yeah. Very honored too, you know, and to us, what it means is just that, you know, we're so proud of our team. I think our reputation and what our team stands for, the way we treat not only our clients, but also our suppliers and our partners, it makes a big impact. And it's important to us that that's how we show up every day. And, you know, sometimes I would almost say it's easier to treat customers with respect. And sometimes maybe not so much some of those other folks contribute to your success, right? Without them, we couldn't be what we are to our customers. So yeah, huge honor. Again, it takes a team to make it happen every day, as anyone knows out there that's in business. And we felt like it was just a good opportunity to share in the glory with our team on that.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
You know, it's funny you say that. The person who reached out to me was a supplier, and they said that you guys were one of their favorite clients. And I think you're exactly right in the sense that it does speak to the integrity of your business, because I always say that you can always tell the integrity of someone about how they treat the waiter or the waitress. The person they don't always have to be nice to, that's who you really are. And so when suppliers are saying that about you, and they are, I just say kudos, because that speaks volumes. So congrats.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, because we're just getting to know each other a little bit. What projects are you working on right now that have you totally fired up?
Ooh. We come to the table and we do e-commerce like nobody else. And that's really probably something that really gets the buzzer going, is our e-commerce capabilities.
yeah. And we just launched a new location in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So we're located in Grand Rapids, and we hired on a large account rep. And, you know, we reach across the country, but to have, you know, another location right here in Michigan. So one of the things that's a big project for us, right? So onboarding someone who is a heavyweight in the industry, I would call her, with a lot of contacts. So, and we were growing last year, we grew 40%. It was very painful at times. We learned a lot, but we, again, are projecting that kind of growth this year. So our project right now is really looking at a lot of our systems and processes and some of our key partners, and finding ways that we can leverage those relationships better, because you can continue to add people and, you know, more employees. But the bottom line is if you could partner with someone who's already doing business with you, and you can just kind of move over more work, and they're willing to do it, and we're happy to pay them. Boy, what a win-win, right? So really looking at strategy in that growth mode, and trying, it also helps alleviate the pain, right? They already know what they're doing. They might just be picking up an extra step in the process, or maybe a little bit differently. And that's a huge focus for us, especially right now in the first half of the year, in you know, first quarter, even in preparation for that growth. So it's really exciting. As Menda said, you know, e-commerce is our bread and butter. We service more employees in the state of Michigan on our e-commerce sites than anyone. Wow. And it's only growing through different mergers and acquisitions and more clients. So we're really gearing up our team to take on even more of that type of work.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that so many times when you're in growth mode, you can lose sight of growing somewhat responsibly, you know what I mean? And that can it's a challenge to balance, I'm sure, for you guys. And so kudos, congrats on that. That's awesome. So who are some people that inspire you to be better, and how do they do that?
Yeah, great question. Well, Jesus, number one.
Okay. All right. That's a good one.
Yes. And our husbands have been incredibly supportive, from day one. When we started, we weren't taking a paycheck when we started this thing over a decade ago now. And they've just been incredibly supportive the entire way, cheering us on, essentially. And we get together personally and professionally. And one of the things that Ann and I always tell people who are thinking of going into a partnership, if your core values don't line up, you need to really reconsider it. We worked together for 7 years before we jumped off the cliff together. So we knew each other's core values and what was most important to us. And, it's God, family, and then our business. And husbands get that, but they have been incredibly supportive through this entire, and especially, so 2020, we still grew in 2020, but man, 2021, the growth and scaling up quickly was tough, but we learned through the challenges. It made us better. It made us sharper, refining through fire. That definitely happened. We always look for the blessings, always.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think that, I'm blessed as well to have a partner in life that really supports, and it really does make all the difference in the world. If you don't have that, it really changes. I mean, as much as having the support is good, not having it can be that much bad. You know what I mean? And so I think I see that with other folks, and I feel blessed as well. So this is great. So you guys are doing great.
And we always seek wise counsel. Just want to put that in there too. We always look to people who are smarter than us.
Yeah. And, I want to make sure we share that, we're part of a group, Premier Group, which is a buying group, right? And so most of those owners of other businesses that do what we do are some of our very best friends. Yeah. I mean, I bet in 1 week I talked to, at least 5 or 6 of them at a time. They're asking me questions. I'm asking them questions. And for someone who's at this level in being a distributor, we're not part of a huge, network, let's call it, or company across the country. And we're not tiny. But it's someone to reach out to and kind of bounce ideas off of and share best practices. It makes all the difference. And then the other person I want to mention is we have a consultant that we meet with and really held accountable with, and we show our financials too. And that's Menda's dad. He's a longtime CPA, managing partner of a large CPA firm, a good businessman. And boy, we couldn't have done this without him, and he's that wise counsel that keeps us really grounded and focused and, on task, you might say.
Yeah. One of the things that so first of all, I think that's great. I think it takes, I always, asking for help. Sometimes people see it as a weakness and it's really a strength. But the thing that strikes me is our industry has really changed in the last 10 years. 10 years ago, it would have been absurd for many of us to be sharing best practices across, with our quote unquote competitors. And I think that's one of the places that I think our industry's grown. Like there's plenty of business out there, right? Like, and the ability for each of us to do a better job just makes the industry look better. So kudos on that. I think that's really important. Final question for you guys. What is something that you recommend, whether it's people inside your business, just friends, whatever, what is something you recommend people start doing today to make their life or business better?
But that's a good one. I will speak to what I find works for me, and that is goal setting. So I have set goals since I was a senior in high school. I had a college came in and they did this little tutorial, you might call it. And then I found a goals group. After that, I have a goal partner every Monday morning. I do a quick 5-minute phone call with her. Nice. I sit down, I do quarterly goals. Menda and I do goals. I do goals with my husband. I have a 6-year-old, soon she'll be getting into this process.
Love it.
But I just feel like, goals in all areas of life, your spiritual life, your professional life, your health, your finances, your whatever it is that you're, looking towards, and it's fun to keep those goals and look back on them. I've got them back, 30 years, and it's so cool to see where I was and what I was hoping for. And sometimes I'm grateful some of them didn't come to fruition, but that's where you gain wisdom, right? Like the big plans. And so for me, I feel like at the root of all of it in a way is, what am I aiming for with some flexibility in that, and realizing that that's not set in stone, but, looking at and I start with my lifelong goals, on the day I die and I look back, did I achieve, what I had hoped to while I was here on this earth? And so starting there and then working my way back to today is kind of how I do that. So,
and she mentors. So we both love mentoring young women and men for that matter. But we love mentoring young people. And Anne actually meets with a group she sits on the board at Davenport University, and she meets with a group of students. And I think, do you create goal boards? I know you have some goal boards, which is really awesome. I just have to say one that I love that came true. So she's had this little red VW convertible on her windowsill as a goal for a while. And she had a milestone birthday. And guess what she got?
Yeah.
Love it.
So, you just never know.
Yeah. But even things like that. Just to out there as a goal. And we go over that with each of our sales reps.
Yes.
We do goal planning with our sales reps and people here. So we like to promote that for sure.
No, you're preaching the choir on this one. I'm a huge believer in goals. I always say that if you're not writing your own life's movie, then you're just a player in somebody else's. And so
I love that.
And so I think that's really great. And I think, when you live your life on purpose, good things tend to happen. So I really appreciate you guys kind of taking the time and spending some time with me. And it's been great to kind of chat with you and get to know you a little bit. And again, congratulations on the success, the growth, and obviously the Distributor of the Year award. That's incredible.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Kirby. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
You bet. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time.